get a chance to play. You guys started by getting breakfast with Igneous. His stomach started to hurt really badly, so you took him to the healer. The healer was pretty sure that he likely was food poisoned. And he revealed that he had snuck out for a late night snack at the King's Flagon. Sanbrynn thought his symptoms were similar to the effects of the Indal virus. And then the tonic that the healer gave Ethos seemed to help him a little bit. It wasn't fully effective, but it was decent. And then the group returned to Adarl to talk to her about why she had allowed Igneous to go out with the cloak, since she has such strong anti-magic kind of vibes.
Yeah.
You got some weird answers out of her thanks to Deo. You were able to determine that she was talking differently than normal. You figured out that she was not who she said she was. She was actually the werewolf maid of Cedric. Her name's Sandra. She kind of got defensive initially as a Darl, but was found out and ended up attacking you guys. And you spent the next few moments in combat, and she was able to get a few bites off. Jens was bitten in the shoulder, but then you were able to knock Sandra out, and Jack, the Goliath trainer, has placed her in a holding cell temporarily. Ookiyo found Adarl face down in the mud outside of the window in the room that you guys had entered combat in, and Hunwut was able to heal her of any major damage that she had taken from the fall. She appears stable as of right now, but you guys are in the process of getting her to the healer and making sure she's good to go. But yeah, that's where we're picking up. Is you guys are. It started to kind of gently rain. It's fairly early in the morning still. It's not particularly late. But the mud of the pig pen is kind of up to your calves and your little courtyard area to get her to the healer.
I think we have a problem. I mean, well, okay, aside from the obvious problem.
Right, yeah, the clear problem.
What's the one that's aside from the obvious problem?
Okay, so follow me here. If she let him sneak out and go eat food, she probably reported to fucking Cedric that he was gonna go get that steak.
What?
Right?
Who?
Like there's no right? Like there's no way he was able to like sneak out undetected by fucking Cedric if she's the one who gave him the fucking invisibility cloak.
Definitely. So
Right.
Cedric did poison him with Endel.
For sure poisoned him. But why would you just poison him? Right? Like or food poisoning, because like he's not exactly dead.
I'm not
if
sure
he
I
wanted
get
to
what's
kill
going
him, he
on.
could have killed him, right?
I think what Sanbrynn's trying to say is if the servant let Igneous out, it was more on purpose than just letting him get away from us to get food. Like,
Yeah,
there's more.
Oh,
there's more
right,
behind
right.
that.
And so what I'm trying to get at is he is probably gonna be a zombie and try to kill our ass.
Fuck
Wait,
yeah.
why is he gonna be a zombie though?
Because why wouldn't they use that? That's kind of been their whole MO.
That's
like
kind of out of nowhere though.
Yeah, but like
why
think
would
of
they
it
kill
this
him,
way,
though?
like, well, what if he like what if their plan is like he turns
I guess then you would take
while
him.
everybody's sleeping, nobody's it's basically, then mass infection breaks out and he gets everybody, or like it spreads and it becomes a problem, and you can have an outbreak and you can even pin it on a political rival.
I guess he is sick right
Yeah,
now.
yeah.
That is,
Yes,
yeah.
that is true.
Alright, well. For the good of the group, guess we'll have to execute him.
We don't have a choice.
Oh darn.
Oh,
Seems
Oh,
like
darn.
Get
Oh darn. Here I go murdering again.
All
Alright.
right.
Well, guess
Alright,
we gotta kill
who wants to
Igneous.
call dibs?
Me.
Nah,
Kill him.
You want to use my my quarter staff and bow?
Your what?
My
His
crossbow
first captain in the
quarterstaff.
crossbow.
Oh,
Oh yeah, his ultimate weapon.
His genius weapon.
Yep.
And it worked. It did work so well, folks. It did.
Mhm.
Did.
You just kind of aim a little close
Yeah.
to his head.
Face. So if he did have the disease, what the fuck do we do about that? Like,
Well, I mean, oh, what's his name? Fucking the conductor. Oh, I gotta
Well,
check
as
my
far
notes.
as we know, there's no cure. So
Henry Coppet?
Yeah, Henry's doing okay, right?
I
no,
don't know.
Henry's
Wasn't
gonna
he?
die
Last we
soon.
saw, wasn't he like in his own like bubble to protect him, like SpongeBob in that episode where he got the suds or whatever that disease was called?
Yeah.
Yeah,
True.
I went and visited Henry. It looks like he might not make it for
Ooh,
much longer.
Well, so we should
that's
definitely
not great.
quarantine Cedric.
Maybe we
At
need
the
to
very
give
least.
Cedric. Well, we need to kill him. Quarantine
Oh,
Igneous?
not Cedric.
Perhaps.
Fucking Igneous.
Oh yeah,
Maybe True Love's kiss.
quarantine his head
That's
from
the
his
Snow
body.
White thing.
Well, yeah, you go give him a kiss.
Well, I'm not his true love.
A big old smoocher.
How do you know you're not?
I guess that's true. Maybe we should all kiss him and find out. You never know.
Yeah, you go
Never know
first.
what's-
All right, I'll go
Whoa,
last.
well, I mean, I wouldn't want to take that from what you like.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah, you got it.
Oh, that's cool, huh? Oh,
Yeah, that's all good with me. You go first.
well, I'm like, my legs are shorter, so it'll take me so long to get there. Maybe in the interest of expediting the process, maybe someone should go like get him, and while they're doing that, kiss him first and then bring him.
I'm cool. I'm fine with waiting a little bit.
Good
Are
things
you guys,
come to
like,
those who wait.
speed walking to the healer with a darl slung over one of your shoulders while you're having this conversation?
Right, we're taking her to the healer. I thought we already handled that, didn't we?
Did you?
A
I
Darl?
don't have it in my notes, but maybe I did.
Where
I know
did we find the
Hunwut
door?
healed her, but I thought we were still going to take her
Yes.
to the.
Oh yeah, fine. Yeah, let's do it while we're talking. We're trying to get her to the healer. Fuck it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who's a Darl again?
Darl Sensewith, the lady who got thrown out the window. And,
She's
The
the
dwarf.
Oh yeah, that's
The
right.
head
That's
of the
right.
militia.
Yeah.
Was
I
it?
forgot.
The
The
one
Proud
on our
Boys?
team.
militia, or
Is that actually her? Or I thought it was werewolf.
Yeah,
Oh,
she's a dwarf.
Well, yeah, we
You
You
took
have her
out the
knocked
werewolf
out in the
though.
dungeon.
yeah, we
Where'd
took
you
out the
We found
werewolf.
her face in the mud, half dead.
Oh, that's right. Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Now I remember.
The werewolf's in jail right now.
I remember
Threw us
that.
in the
Yeah.
brig.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Oh yeah. Damn. I'm gonna try to hide my wound as much as I can.
No one's
Okay.
worried about your wound, bro. We're trying to save the person.
Alright.
Oh wait, I
Keep.
forgot
know.
about. I didn't Yen say that he like walked off? Oh, everyone.
Oh, he
yeah,
ran
I
away.
forgot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or
Oh,
something.
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
As
you
soon as
got
the
bitten by a
battle was
werewolf,
over.
actually. Yeah, hide
Yeah,
that
yeah,
wound. Hide
yeah.
that wound.
I was gonna leave.
You're gonna leave?
Yeah.
Like where? Leave the keep?
Well, what time is it?
It's like 10 in the morning.
Oh yeah. I'm gonna
Well-
try to hide my face and slip on my
Brave of you
chain
to leave to
shirt.
protect us. It was a good run, Vartan. I'll catch you in the next campaign, brother. See ya.
All right.
Yep.
Instead of my chain armor.
He is leaving the group to go protect
I'm
us.
gonna-
Brave of you, but
Let me finish.
leave in 6 years.
I'm gonna go to the blacksmith.
Blacksmith.
Like just all the way through town. That'll take you about a 30 minutes walk or so.
30-minute walk.
Yeah.
Fuck it. Okay, I won't go.
Okay. I mean, you can always go later or just let me know what's happening simultaneously, but I'll just bounce back and forth between you two if that's the case.
Well, yeah, I'll go there eventually.
But for the meantime, you guys drop off Adarl with the healer who is already busy tending to Abbott's wounds and kind of pales at the appearance of Adarl.
Yeah, she basically like almost dead.
She can see the kind of blood-soaked shirt and the gaunt expression on Adarl's face and the scrunched brow and labored breathing. She gently lifts her up onto the kind of low bed that she's got to the side and immediately starts unbuttoning her shirt and stripping down Adarl to look at the damage to her ribcage.
Just to be
Got thrown
clear,
out a
we
window
did
from
not
the
do this
tower.
to her.
Oh yeah, we found her. She got thrown out the window, and it's amazing
Mhm.
how much damage it could have did, but didn't. It's almost like magic that she's
Why not?
Really
Yeah,
a
to be
miracle
very
she
clear.
survived.
Not magic.
The nun-like nurse, you see into like a flat and thin line, and she shoots you a glare as she continues to rip through a few buttons that have gotten so matted with the rain and the mud that she can't find how to get them undone. She kind of
I get the feeling in these campaigns, sometimes these characters they don't know what negatives are. When I say it's not magic, I don't know why they don't believe it. Like a weird
all
language
the other
barrier or
characters in the
something.
campaign are like, why is this guy like specifying this so frequently?
I get this like I tell them clearly that it's not something, and they look at me like I'm crazy. It's kind of strange.
The specificity that tips him off. But she continues to address Adaral's wounds and doesn't seem to be accusatory towards you in any way, is just very determined to apply care to Adaral. So she kind of blocks you out.
Okay. Go see the lady in the dungeon or something.
Abbott kind of peers out from her little curtained off section of the room and scooches herself to the edge of the bed and glances over and what happened?
Werewolf.
Werewolf.
Oh my god.
Yeah. Werewolf was impersonating her.
No, funny enough though, if you believe it, the werewolf didn't change into a wolf, just changed into a Darl.
Yeah, how did
That
that
was
happen?
pretty
How
silly,
did that
yeah.
work? How
You guys haven't asked
did
her
they
any
manage that?
questions or anything yet.
Even better, that means we can speculate freely.
Yeah. But Abbott kind of shakes her head and scooches back onto the bed. Igneous, you can hear from a distance, is vomiting into maybe a private bathroom or.
That
Yeah,
does
he's
not
probably
sound
gonna
good.
die.
Damn.
He's going to pass away. Abbott, brace yourself.
Abbott's eyes widen, and she's. It's not funny.
It's not a joke.
There's no guarantees.
Yeah, that's true. We don't know for
She
sure.
knits her brows.
He just is. It would seem very sick
He's not doing hot.
and getting worse. That's what you're saying.
Many people are saying that.
She kind of touches a finger to her stitches and glances sadly at you guys. But she just kind of shakes her head and sits back.
I will cut out her tongue. That's a damn shame.
Oh my gosh.
What?
She just won't fucking talk. I don't know what to do. I guess we see how Igneous is doing, but I don't want to get sick from him. So that was me leaving the floor open for like other ideas, gang. So
How long was the werewolf Darl?
From what you guys have talked about with Igneous, it seems there was a very brief period in the evening the night before where the two switched. Or because it doesn't seem like there was much time between the stake incident and now, so, or at least there is more time between that and now because they were able to keep up the ruse until the next morning.
Right. I feel like somebody else had to have helped, right? Like, no way one person can like pull this off alone.
Wait, what do you mean?
Like, I mean, like, this is a super secure place, right? Like, fucking fortified and shit.
Oh, you mean like getting?
that's crazy that she
okay.
just sort of strolled in, threw out a window, and kept up.
Well, I was also thinking
And took
that
out the
Cedric
leader, like,
probably
no
helped.
problem.
Yeah, but what did he do?
Well, but
Yeah,
I
exactly.
don't-
He helped.
I mean, first of all, this is a werewolf versus a single person. I mean, it took how many of us? 6 of us? 5 of us?
But you had to
Sure,
get
but
to
this
her,
is like
though.
a
To
fucking
take her-
military facility. There should be like armed guards on
You had
every
to get through
hallway.
the
And
guards and get past the people. Did she already look like a Darl when she showed up?
I don't know. Maybe she transformed into a guard or something. And look, or maybe she looked like a dog.
Okay.
I don't know.
But
I don't know.
Yeah, I
I'm
guess.
thinking that like trying to figure out. Or wait, what are you trying to figure out? I'm a little lost.
We're suggesting that she had help from someone. That it wasn't just her acting alone, like someone here.
Yeah.
Oh, so you think someone's in on it?
Exactly. That's what I'm getting at.
Oh, okay.
But it could just be Cedric magic and werewolf freakiness.
Yeah.
And that's fair. We have no way of knowing one way or the other, really.
Unless we torture her and ask her.
That's true.
Ask her
That
what
is always on the
torture
table.
first, though.
Well, yeah, but I
But-
doubt she's gonna actually answer.
That's true. Send her ass to Guantanamo.
Wait, do we need
What's
to check
Guantanamo?
on Ignis?
Yeah, but how do we do that without getting sick?
Well, just don't inhale pollen.
You're right.
Or
I just won't
spores.
breathe. My fault.
Yes, don't breathe.
Well, like, is he like emitting spores? I think you're good as long as he's not emitting spores.
I
You're
assume
breathing
it
in.
transmits like much the same as like any sickness does. I mean, it's not arrangement. You could be getting like
Which I thought was through the
bodily fluids and
spores.
shit on me.
Well,
Yeah.
we managed with Henry.
But I guess that's true. We did like just take him. Wow. Maybe in the early stages it's not as bad.
And he's in the early stages. So it's
Yeah. So, okay. Fuck it. No, you're not saying.
I'm not gonna risk it.
I'm not gonna risk it either.
Also,
Has
there's not a
Jens
lot of
made his
clamor
way
for going
back?
Yeah, pig, you're
Hey,
out
back
hiding.
from where? What?
Have you made your way back from like your little side quest?
Oh no, I decided not to go.
What? You're not.
Oh.
You didn't go to the
You're not-
blacksmith.
Wait, then
You
you
didn't
should
leave
get
us, you're
checked
not-
out too. Then
I thought you were hiding yourself.
you got a
No.
werewolf bite. You should probably get checked
Oh
out
yeah,
too. Then
that guy got bit by the werewolf.
Hey, it was just a scratch.
Oh, with the teeth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How
That's what
obviously
a
does
scratch
his
is.
wound look like a bite mark?
Extremely so. There is like
Like,
dented metal.
Did we not like all watch him get bit during the fight? Like we
You
were all were
almost
there.
certainly all saw it. It was in a
Oh,
small
yeah.
room. There was only one werewolf.
We all were there looking at the only thing we all were fighting. We,
You guys saw
You
that?
can also
That's
see like
crazy.
like
we couldn't
kind
miss
of
it, dude.
thickly black liquid eking out of the area where the wound is into the fabric of his
stealthy.
undershirt.
And even if
I
even
think
if we
that's
didn't
just the
see
color
it,
of my blood.
this looks like a mouth.
I don't know. It's distinctly mouth shaped.
It's crazy how that happened.
I know, dude. It's like
crazy.
when you see like Jesus in a cookie, bro. Nature is fucking crazy.
Did you hear about that story about how a lady toasted her bread and it came out to like a picture of Jesus Christ and she sold it for a ton of money?
Isn't that one of
Man.
the
Yeah.
OG viral
sounds
stories in
so
the-
awesome.
That's
fake.
what religion's all about.
Yep.
True.
Yeah.
Capital gain.
Selling toast. As a
Done,
martyr.
baby.
All right. Check me out, Doc.
Well, she's a little busy checking out her boss right now.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
Never mind, never mind.
Managing kind of furiously, but
Boss, this guy's leaking black ooze from a werewolf bite.
Hey.
he
More
kind of
important.
looks up and glances between the two of them, and she washes her hands up to the elbows quickly and leaves Adarl in a state of half dress, and she takes a look at your shoulder and the metal, and she calls for somebody in the back in a language you don't recognize. Or do any of you guys speak Sylvan?
Nope.
Nope.
No.
Nope.
Not.
And no, none of these motherfuckers speak druidic, huh? Not a lot of druids out here.
You
Yeah, I
said,
guess not.
Sylvan is,
You
double
said
check. I think Sylvan
Sylvan?
is usually tied with with druids.
is it close
I thought
to
that was
Elvish?
just elves.
I think it
Or
sounds
no, no,
elvish.
High elfish.
No, elvish.
Yeah.
is-
Yeah,
Elvish.
I'm Elvish and Primordial. That's all I got.
Yeah,
Got
I don't know any language apparently.
I got halfling in
You
common.
don't know common?
Common.
I guess not. It says none.
Oh, dude, all this time he's just been oinking and we have no clue what he's saying.
All
You
of
can
the
get it
Whatever
now.
everything
actions
Morgan
have been a
says with
mystery.
pig noises.
I don't not understanding the
But no,
entire
if you,
Tell them
if
to
you
tell
don't
them.
understand, she just calls back in a language you don't recognize, and a very small, kind of narrow-faced, maybe girl of 15 or 16, dressed in a similar garb to the nun, but she has a headdress tied up around her ears. Is just a young woman. She's just helping out, and she looks very shy. She doesn't make eye contact with any of you. And the nurse continues to give directions and pulls back the shirt on Jens's shoulder while pointing and motioning to certain herbs and poultices on the counters. And the girl kind of nods and swallows and goes to work grabbing the various herbs and potions that she needs to help Jens.
Hey,
and then
don't
she
wait
hurries
upon
back
me,
to-
guys. Go talk to Igneous already.
Um, I guess I'll go check on Igneous.
Okay. You make your way down the kind of narrow hallway to the lavatory, and you do hear, in increasing volume, the sounds of somebody dry heaving
Oh, great.
repeatedly.
Hey, buddy. Buddy, are you doing okay? You don't sound so
you
hot.
hear a few coughs and splutters, and better than ever.
Uh-huh.
Sounds good
Any
then?
black ichor coming out?
Nah, just regular liquor.
Or liquor.
Well, the normal amount of ichor is none, so that's not great.
Oh, I thought you said liquor.
Liquor coming out of you?
I would assume that what is
Hey,
I've
same brother.
drank before comes back out.
Motherfuckers are drunk.
I thought
Only thing
you
in there is
just went out to
alcohol?
get a steak. Did you get more than just a steak?
It was a joke, and it.
What is time to making jokes? Buddy needs to lock in.
He continues to vomit over the conversation through the door.
Any like golden spores in there, perhaps coming out of like your orifices or off your skin or out your nose? That's part of the orifices.
He spits again into the toilet and pauses. No, I don't see
Pollen
anything.
looking.
No.
Oh, okay. Oh,
There's
that's
little
good.
like black
Wow.
specks, but those are kind of.
Okay. We have a combination: no black ichor, no gold specks, but black specks. How we
Black
talking?
specks. Okay. Okay.
I don't know. My stomach just hurts.
Oh yeah, it would. It
stomach
would when
hurt.
you're dying.
stomach hurt.
I wonder if I have a spell that could help you.
Eh.
Should I? Should I, gang? Cat, what do you think?
Tell him, cat.
What do you guys want me
Who's
to
that?
do, guys?
I assume it's the cat is talking to.
I thought
Oh,
he said
that's me.
chat.
I said
Oh.
chat.
Oh, I thought you said cat. What do you think? That's the cat.
That's wild. That's
I guess that is me. I mean, hey, I guess it's worth a shot. I'm just gonna pretend I heard cat.
racist.
It's only worth the shot
Sanbrynn is
if
immune to boomer humor.
it's only worth a shot if we don't think it's the disease.
Well,
Yeah, I
feel
can't.
it's
I
even
can't. It
worth
doesn't
a
matter.
shot
I
if
looked
we
through
think
my
it's
entire
Yeah.
spell
awesome,
book.
right?
Well,
I can't-
I imagine if this would solve the disease, that shit would never really proliferate. You know what I mean?
It might buy some
Well,
time.
but
You're
this
just
is
doing, like, a
different
first
than the
level spell.
disease, right? Because it's the spores. It just seems a lot like the disease, right? Or
I thought it like was. Like,
I mean, I'm
different and
kind
that
of
it was, like, a new
operating
variant.
on the idea that it is the spore disease. Yeah.
right, but
I
I don't
thought we were
think the
cooking
spore
up, like-
disease is exactly the same as the actual disease.
Oh, I see what you mean.
I
Uh-huh.
thought we were just talking about it was just different. It was like a variation, like the fucking Delta
Yeah.
variant or whatever of COVID. That shit didn't all of a sudden get killed by like drinking a beer. It still
Right,
needed like a
but-
vaccine.
But like Henry came back to like his senses, kind of, and like that wasn't true of like regular. Like
Yeah, but who
old
knows what they were doing
disease.
to him?
Right, but that's what
Who
I'm
knows what happened
saying.
to
Like,
disease? It's been like 200 years. Fair.
oh yeah, I guess that's true.
But maybe it's
Mhm.
different. Maybe it's easier to fight. It'd be weird if they've been cooking it up in the lab.
Mm-hmm.
Anyways, how's the Darl doing?
She has not opened her eyes yet, and her brows stay firmly kind of knitted together on her forehead. but she has moved hands up to hold the bandages in place as the nurse works kind of furiously to get her bandaged up.
Can you speak at all, Darl? Or does it hurt too much?
She takes in a wheezy breath and kind of coughs out. Not right now, son. I apologize.
Okay. I guess if there was anything super important about how you got attacked, you would have let us know. So.
Yeah, I figure you've figured out the majority of it.
We got the werewolf. We just don't know if there was anybody else.
I'm not much help there. She kind of like holds the side of her chest.
Okay, that's enough talking.
I could do lesser restoration on Igneous, but you have faith in that.
On who?
On Igneous, not on her. I don't give a fuck about her.
Uh.
She'll heal naturally. He might not.
So you're trying lesser restoration?
I don't know. I'm asking the floor if they think that would be worth testing.
Got it.
I mean, it's worth a shot.
I guess. Keith, do you have lesser restoration too, or is it just?
Nope, I have nothing like that. The only thing I have that can come close to it is the cantrip. It's mending, but that only goes to objects, not people.
Yeah, I guess I'll I don't know. Wait, me?
I have healing word, but I think that's not as good.
Well, might as well give it a try. I guess we haven't tried it yet. Might as well. Good.
Mm-hmm.
Can end either one disease or one condition afflicting it that might encompass this. I guess I'll I don't know, take my shirt off and wear it as a mask, and then go up in there.
You remove your shirt and tie it as tight as it kind of goes around the back of your neck, and you push open the door gently. It's not locked, and Igneous is kind of right there, back to you, hunched over the toilet, kind of grasping the lid with both hands, and hair tied back in a big bun.
What's up, big boy?
He finishes off the last of his retching and spits again into the toilet. Fucking sucks.
Yeah, I'm sure. Keep toughing out. I'm just gonna put my hands on him. I don't need to talk.
You put your hands on him, and you feel his skin is extraordinarily clammy and kind of cold to the touch.
You got this, big dog.
A
I don't even
shiver
worry
goes
about
down you.
nothing.
But you're casting lesser restoration.
I guess I'll try to disguise it as a little massage, but
Sure. You squeeze a little bit, and he kind of goes,
you got this, buddy.
What part do you squeeze?
Medium. I'm gripping him. You know what I mean?
I
But
think you said what part, but
what part? Oh, I'm on his shoulder.
Mm.
He's kneeling there, fucking puking and shit and crying. All right. What's up, coach?
As you do, you kind of underneath your fingertips see almost an X-ray of the veins and arteries in his shoulders kind of light up under your fingers, almost as if casting a little flashlight through your finger, as the magic kind of seeps into his spinal cord. And immediately his breathing is less labored, and he kind of dabs at his mouth with the back of his hand, and he kind of is now sitting back on his feet, his knees forward, and he kind of goes, "Oh, Jesus. Yeah, I can think straight for once."
I knew you had it in you.
Anyways, you need something from me before I yak it all up again?
Just checking on you, coach.
Oh, I appreciate it.
Oh. So you have fun puking. Make friends with the toilet bowl.
We're very close at this point.
Or I guess we're in a castle, a city, and it's sort of medieval in a way. I don't know. Make friends with the poop hole. I don't know what we're working with.
He rests his elbows on the toilet seat and just tries to keep his head up. But he seems to have at least staved off this wave of nausea.
Nice.
Alright, I'm out of there.
Okay. You back up out of the room, and the smell kind of wafts with you, just warm, gross bathroom.
I gag.
Yeah, like the fucking cat with the the teeth go all big and the lips pull back. Sanbrynn makes a horrendous gagging noise as you guys get back into the hallway. Where are you going?
Standing.
Just taking up space.
You're
I
a
don't know where to
hero.
go. Should we go to the dungeon now?
Yeah, probably.
Probably.
Yeah.
I guess I'll also
Let's do
report
some
that
interrogations, maybe.
He looked kind of better with less restoration, but we'll have to see.
Okay, well, we'll have
That's
to
less
check in on him again,
restoration.
It restores him, but like less.
Okay.
but not a lot.
Yeah, just a little bit. Fix disease or something, but only that kinda.
Wait, you have cure disease?
Less restoration.
Oh.
What?
It just tickles diseases. It says it right in the description.
Tickles diseases. Okay.
Tickles diseases.
It's a technical description.
Yeah. How the professionals put it. Oh, we should go interrogate a werewolf. We need to know one, how she was a Darl and not a wolf.
Yeah.
We need to know why the fuck she did it, how she got in there, what was she thinking, why she sent him to go get a steak,
I thought he just wanted to get steak. Did she?
why
send
she
him to
let
get-
him get steak. There must have been an ulterior motive.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
You think she's gonna come out with that easily?
Nah, but I mean, she's not going to tell us at all if we never ask.
Right. But I'm wondering, should we come up with a plan first? Like,
I
or
would
we
say just
gonna
like
go in
ask
there?
her, and then if it doesn't work, like punch her or something.
Wow.
That's like normally our plan.
Yeah.
It hasn't failed us yet, has it?
Got Nehemiah on our side. I tried to kill him.
I guess that's true, actually.
Tried to execute him with a shotgun.
I mean, yeah. Now that I think about it, you're kind of right.
He's got a pretty good track record.
Yeah.
I'm not saying I want to beat her up. Like, I'm kind of like a nice guy or whatever, but
I have a question. Do we know what Nehemiah was doing last night?
You
Your
do
mom.
not specifically, but he was, yes, in fact, doing your mother.
so true.
Hmm.
Yeah, but he's a chiller now. He's reformed. He didn't.
Are we sure? Because what if like Cedric threatened him or something? You don't think he just let the werewolf in?
I-
Or-
No, we can talk to him later. Let's see what the
I
word.
don't know. Dale, what do you think?
Yeah,
You know him best. Yours.
that's true.
Nehemiah?
He's
Yeah.
a Pookie.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what the
You guys
fuck
have
you're
probably
doing.
Spend your life together, so.
I don't know what the
You're
fuck you're
telling me
doing.
you don't know what he's doing every second of every day?
Pretty much, yeah.
But you didn't drop an air tag in his car?
I know, right?
Not yet.
You don't track
Okay.
him.
What's an air tag?
Magic shit, you wouldn't get it.
Yeah.
I think you do magic, but
That would have an integral part of his character.
Yeah.
That makes it better.
Is this what dragons do to play tag?
Oh. Okay.
yeah, it's actually it's a druid. You wouldn't know about that.
I wouldn't.
Nature.
I'm definitely not a druid.
Yeah. Sometimes they had a
Hey,
ball. I
man.
don't know what that's about, but
Sure.
yeah.
You
That's
what?
just basketball, my brother.
What the fuck is basketball?
Basketball in the air.
What?
ball with a
Basket.
hoop.
Well, you know how there's like
Or had a
baskets.
hoop.
You know what a basket is, right?
Yeah, I know what a basket is.
Okay. Do you know what a ball is?
Yes.
Okay. So the objective of the
you get
game
the-
is hit
what do you
the ball in the basket.
That's the game?
Uh huh.
Yeah.
2 baskets on each side. You have to score on your basket
2
in
baskets
the air.
on each side. Wow. So there's 4 baskets?
Or
Do it when you should.
You get different points for
Basically
getting
Quidditch.
the different baskets?
Yeah, are they like different? Like
Farther,
different points? Are
yeah,
they,
farther. The
like-
farther away you are from making the basket, the more points you get. There's
Oh,
5
1
and there's
point.
2.
Are there different? Are they worth different points?
You know, I haven't
Nope.
looked that far into it. I only know the
Pick
basics.
which one you
Oh,
want.
I thought I was talking to an
Whichever
expert.
one. Yeah.
Well, do one of you
Oh, you
guys know
just
how to
watched
play
it.
air tag better?
Just watch someone talk.
Well, no.
Well, I thought we were
That
talking
is
about
true.
basketball.
Just tag in the air. Air tag's just tag in the air. If we had to name came after it. I don't know. This. Can we go talk to the prisoner? You guys are kind of.
I assume this is a conversation we had while we were walking towards the prisoner. But...
Eventually, Hunwut tries to like speed up, but his speed walk is like regular fucking speed for everybody else. So it just ends up making him look tired.
Yeah, we were all walking, but we were all lagging a bit just because of him.
Yeah.
Freaking me out,
And then
bro.
he finally was like, "Okay, this conversation is too much. Let me speed up." And then like we're all walking regular pace.
And still having a
Obviously,
conversation.
somebody doesn't
Yeah.
want to learn about AirTag.
Well, he's the one that brought up AirTag. He already knows about it. Apparently.
You guys are Steve Jobs inventing AirTags. He had no hand in the process. Yeah, you guys can go to the cellar to talk to the prisoner. Jack is yeah, it's like a down low
I
area.
barely know her.
Oh, Jesus. Fuck me. Okay, alright. Are you proud of yourself?
Harry.
Congrats.
I'm proud of you too.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Yes, you can make it back to the castle and then end up in the downstairs area where Sandra is being held instead of saying any other specifying
Sandra.
detail.
Sandra Bullock.
She could being a werewolf instead of like off yelling at KFC.
Jack is standing at the door when you guys go in, kind of dark circles under his eyes. He looks like he woke up a little bit earlier, or has lost a little bit of sleep almost in these last few hours. Just worried, kind of tired look on his face.
That's the big guy.
Dude, didn't you just wake up?
Yeah, essentially, but he just is a little put off by the events of the morning.
He's a big old bear. He needs his hibernation time.
Yeah, he's a big guy. Training was
I guess
set
he
to start
probably
for
is
another 3 or
wondering
4
how
hours.
she got in.
Yeah, he's obviously occupied. His gaze is kind of just directed at the ground as you guys walk past.
Did we knock her ass out, or did he have time to like ask her questions? Is she awake?
No, you knocked her out, but I mean, it's been an hour or so. There's a chance she could be up.
What's up, big dog?
So, Jack.
Hey,
He
Jack.
tilts his chin at your group and gives a slight wave before resuming his cross-armed position, and he says, just worried about the Darrell. Nothing.
Well,
Do you want to go check on her?
He's being taken care of, but
Yeah, she up in the hot middle.
We can take care of this if you want to go
Yeah.
up there and check on her.
You make a perception check for me.
perception. Uh-oh.
All of us? Or just Dale?
Just Dale.
Fuck it up, bro.
You suck.
He kind of nods and crosses his arms a little bit. He says, I appreciate the offer, but I would feel bad relucting before I can figure out how this happened.
Well, that's what we're here for.
He nods and he says, well, I'll be here when you need me.
Sounds good. Can we get in there?
Yeah, the door is open. It's a heavy.
We
large
called
the
him to our
door's
fight. He
open?
saw us doing magic, right?
He what?
He saw us doing magic. We brought him to the fight
Yes.
while it was in action.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was still in action. So there were a few instances of you guys.
Better keep his fucking mouth shut.
I
But yeah.
see.
Wait, the door's
You
open
crank it.
already? Or wait, what?
No, it's a giant oaken door. Jack helps you to open it, but it's not like it's locked at the moment. He's just kind of standing by
Is
it.
it the cell door or the door to the doors?
No, it's just the door to the castle. You have to go inside before you can go down.
We wasn't in the castle
Wait.
where we been then.
Yeah.
No, you were out in the courtyard. You have to go across the courtyard to get to the healer's place.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay.
You guys went out the window, down out of the castle, and then
And then back up into the healers. Now we're
Yeah.
trying to get to the dungeon.
yeah, which
Okay.
is inside the castle just below.
Sure.
Okay.
I didn't follow, but it's okay. We're getting where we need to go.
Well,
Mhm.
Darrell fell out of the window of a castle.
The damn sure.
Right.
But we
And then we
didn't
took her
follow
back into a castle.
We didn't
Yeah,
jump
we
out
did.
the castle.
Well, you took her back into the healers.
Actually,
which
yeah,
is
I think
across
you
the
did jump
courtyard.
out the window. Your bird.
Actually, I did, but everybody
Yeah.
else didn't.
Yeah, I guess not. They came out and around.
But then
But I don't know why we're
But then we
talking
took her
about
back
that. What?
into the castle, though, right?
Right.
The what?
But then we took her back into the castle.
No, you took her across the courtyard to the healer's portion. It's remember, it's a walled-in little like separate area.
So then where's the
Right.
castle?
The castle's
The other
back.
side.
Yeah, the other
On-
side of the courtyard.
On earth is the healer not inside the castle?
It's just down like a different hallway of it. It's just blocked off.
So it is in the
it's
castle.
same. Not inside. It's on the outside edge. There is a wall between it. You can't get into the castle from the healers. But it is
Odd place
attached
put
to the
the
side.
healer.
It's mostly used for the trained soldiers
Okay.
Where do the trained soldiers stay?
in the
Well, they
courtyard.
don't stay
They
in the
have
castle.
a
They have
keep
their own.
across. Yeah, the barracks. It's a
Okay.
big area. Like there's several buildings. It's not like it's just the castle. Everybody is spread out a little bit more. There's not a ton of people either. It's maybe 200 people max.
It's a good amount of people.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, now we are re-entering, and we're gonna go down.
Yep.
You've got the interior of the castle. You know your way around pretty decently, and Jack was.
We don't. We're just.
Yeah,
Like,
we
Well,
that
I mean,
come-
the castle itself you have been in multiple times.
The cellar was like in the cooking area, right?
Yeah,
Like,
it was
behind
down
a set
below
of
the
doors
kitchen.
and then down, and then like another door or something.
Yeah, you got the long hallway to the left, which is where you guys had been sleeping in the separate rooms, and Adaral's room is at the end of that, and then on the opposite side is the kitchen and the cellar and more industrial parts of the castle. But yeah, you're able to find your way back down to the cellar dungeon area. It's just basically an unfinished basement vibe for this castle. It's large wooden beams and stone walls. It's fairly dark, but there's a few sconces lighting the way to the edge of this cellar, and it's got a couple of cells that some of them have some random assortment of cleaning supplies and stored items, and then others are completely empty. And at the very end, you see Sandra sitting on the floor, torn clothes from her transformation.
This castle doesn't have a dungeon. We just threw her in
I
the
mean, this
fucking
is-
cleaning supplies.
That's
No,
what we said
it's
last time.
Closet?
technically a dungeon. It's just it appears it's not been in use. Like some of the cells have not been used in a while. So
The
they're
lady
being
who
used for
runs the
storage.
militia has never taken prisoners,
I guess
Doesn't
they're at
seem to
peace.
be the
and she built a
main-
freaky ass castle, bro.
I know, right? That's what I'm saying.
The area appears to be a dungeon, yes, but it is not in frequent use.
Okay.
It's fucking Omashu and shit.
Anyways, she appears to be unconscious or asleep at the end of the hall.
Wake up.
You see the woman's eyebrows kind of crease and
Oh, they did.
her eyes
God,
open.
I'm so fucking commanding. Let's go. dude. That's that presence.
Immediately upon seeing the group of you, she kind of closes her eyes again and shifts herself painfully to sitting upright.
What a new werewolf lady.
Her head kind of hangs between her shoulders. She doesn't really respond to you except for a glance in your general direction.
So she's like behind bars, right, or something?
Yeah, she's locked in this cell.
Okay. Is that the only cell down here? Or
No, there's lots.
Okay. I see.
Yeah, just a couple of them have some random supplies in them, as if they're being used as semi-storage spaces. But yeah, there are several cells. None of them occupied except for this one.
Why were you so mad when we noticed you were a werewolf at Cedric's house? Sorry, it's been really weighing on me.
Her face kind of flushes a little bit. You don't really know if it's out of anger or embarrassment or what, but she makes eye contact and she says that it's not something I like, people being able to clock on the first time they meet me.
We
do
did
you
kind of
like being a werewolf?
I don't have control over that. What did you say, Ookiyo?
I said, do you like being a werewolf?
It's fairly neutral. It's a part of me, but I don't enjoy it any more than one might enjoy running if they're just a regular person.
Aw.
I like running.
Sure, some people do.
Bad sign for you because he's not a regular person.
She kind of tucks herself back up against the bars on the backside of
Hey,
the...
Mama, love you.
Hey, John.
Hi, John's mom, love you.
Love you.
Sorry to cut you off.
No, it's important. I gotta
Mm.
let her know. But she just kind of scoots back and props herself up on the back. She sort of winces as her bruised shoulders hit the bars.
How'd you get in here?
In here?
Well, no, I know how you got in here. Like complex in general.
Into the castle. How do you like get into Darl's office and push out a window?
Throw out a window.
Yeah. I don't know that I have any real reason to tell you much. If I tell you something, I'll die, and if I don't tell you something, I'll probably die. So
Then why not tell us then? That's it.
We can make dying a little less painful for you.
Why are we gonna kill her? We're not gonna kill her.
I never said we were gonna kill her. She said she was gonna die.
Did.
She said she's gonna
No,
die.
we're not gonna kill her, bro.
We can make it less painful. Yeah, that's not saying. That's not saying at all. We're gonna kill her. Yeah.
Well, no. Well, if she's gonna die anyway, I'd rather die happy. I mean, wouldn't you?
That's damn true, actually. You don't want to die down here by the fucking Clorox. Come on now.
That's true. Yeah. What's Clorox though?
We could lay you up in bed and shit.
she kind of shakes her head. She says, I don't know that what you're doing is necessarily the right thing, but I've been led to
Oh, it
believe
probably
that
isn't,
Cedric
but,
is...
We get that a lot.
She kind of grimaces and she says, you have that notion about you, yes?
I know. So what's the deal? Like what? Cedric's gonna kill you for like failing or not succeeding or telling us or not telling
You
us?
like working for Cedric?
I believe in his vision.
What's his
Yeah, but
vision?
it seems like it would suck to work under him.
He's not particularly pleasant, if that's what you're asking.
I've noticed.
So what about his vision do you like then?
It's got to be a pretty good
Takes-
vision to make it worth it.
Takes Ovgar into the future, and I've lived here for so long, I just wanted to see it advance.
So how does
Yeah.
the deadly disease help you take it into the future?
Disease?
Yeah, or like the
You know,
planned
this
train
whole
crash,
mushroom
the
thing.
train full of spores of the disease that he was gonna crash into Ovkar. Where does that take it? Speak to me.
Where it poisons
Well, the-
everybody here.
And
The
does kill them.
train was
It's like
supposed to link us to the rest of the world. That was the whole...
The train was
Well, the
full
train
of
was gonna
spores
crash.
intentionally that were then released into.
You do know that the train had spores on it, right?
The conductor is sick in the hospital right now.
Yeah, and that when it exploded, it just let out all the spores everywhere.
And-
As you guys are kind of saying this, her eyes are darting back and forth frantically as she's processing what you're saying, and
I mean,
she
like
kind of-
surely you knew, right? Like that's why you
Like, you
let
like-
him
like,
go
his
out
vision.
last
That's
night
part
and
of
eat
his
the
vision.
steak, right?
her face is flushed bright red at this point. And she kind of clutches at her long, now dirty blonde hair and fiddles with the end of it and shakes her head.
Well,
Like,
obviously
that's-
So then
something's
what
going
was
on.
his vision, if that's not what you thought his vision was? Or what do you think his vision is then?
He promised to link Ovkar to the rest of the world, to send it into a new era of industry, and just the things he's created. You haven't seen it. You don't understand.
Well, we did see
Well,
it.
I mean,
We
you're
crashed
right,
in
yeah.
it.
You're
Well-
right that I don't understand how the two kind of fit together, because the train part, that I totally get. Makes sense. Easier to get. I mean, we were on the train. Way easier travel than anything I've ever done. But the mushroom thing, like, you know, is the deadly disease? Like, how does that play into that? Like,
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't think she knows.
Yeah, but gotta press her.
exactly.
She's starting to kind of panic, and you see some tears welling at the corners of her eyes. She doesn't seem to be super responsive in this.
On the
state.
bright side, though, way easier to forgive you for loving his vision if you didn't know he liked killing people.
Yeah, that's true. You want to tell us
No,
then
for sure,
how
that- I
you
mean, that
got
certainly
in
makes
so that we
sense.
can, make sure that his vision isn't elsewhere.
I'm totally
astray from what you
stoked with
thought.
technological advancement, but
Yeah.
I was let in. I
Ooh.
just,
That's my line.
there was a
that's really good.
Sorry, no. I didn't mean any offense. I did.
He honestly kind of stole his whole flow there. But
appropriating his culture a little bit. It was the card. I was told that I could get in and nobody would know, and then I could just I don't know.
Which guard? You know?
were there, like
He
defining
was
features, or
wearing a helmet. He had kind of purplish skin.
purple? Okay.
Yeah,
I
okay.
couldn't see his eyes or his hair though. It was kind of covered by the
Do I-
helmet.
Do I recognize that description at all? Does that spark any familiarity?
The only like purple skin tones you're aware of are Pauline's, the artist, Secretary of Art, and Amaris's.
I've never met Pauline.
Oh, true.
That's true.
But Amorous then.
Everybody else, yeah.
Amorous. Okay. Wait, Amorous?
Amorous is purple?
Yeah, like a light, dusky gray purple.
We never found Amaris, did we?
You have not yet.
Oh, could have been. What
Can
was
I-
the
Can I leave it to you
Nope.
guys?
Yeah,
So
you
then-
can-
Okay.
that makes you happy.
Well, I think I need
So
to
then-
go find that card.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, God bless.
You.
So then, what was the plan here? Like, you just broke in to let Igneous just out for the night, or were you here to do something else?
She again kind of is looking panicky, and she says I don't think I can tell you. I don't know what he's capable of. I
mean, do you mean that, like, you're physically incapable of telling us, or you're just scared?
I'm, and her face kind of deepens, is like a blotchy red.
Listen. I mean this in the most serious way, and in a way that's not supposed to terrify you. I need you to focus up. I don't think you speaking or not speaking here does anything for you with Cedric. He just, I don't know if it's like we can protect you or we can't protect you, or if you stay silent, he won't kill you, or if you speak, he will. I've seen him kill people for like annoying him. He's very, very powerful, and I don't know if anything you do here changes really anything. So maybe just tell us stuff.
Her eyes are like the size of dinner plates. But she kind of sits up a little straighter, and nods slightly. Sorry. What was your question?
Someone else asked the question.
So what was your plan here? What did you come here to do?
I was supposed to replace Adarl. And she wasn't supposed to be here. She was supposed to be taken care of. But I panicked and I pushed her out the window when I saw that she was where I was supposed to be.
Wait, she was supposed to be taken care of, like killed?
We're just out of the way.
I guess so. I don't really know. I
You just
didn't
didn't know.
specify. I thought that
Fair enough.
I thought that she would just be gone. I didn't think I didn't think my
You
job
didn't
was
think you'd have to
hurt
deal with her.
anybody.
Right.
Fair.
So, what was the point of letting Igneous go get steak?
Was that also part of the plan, or just kind of coincidence?
Intentional?
He asked, and well, I didn't know what was going on, and I was so nervous that somebody would find her that I said, yeah, sure, take it, whatever you need, and I did. I didn't know how to act. Like, I forgot everything that Cedric had told me about Adarl, and I fucked it up so bad. And then I realized that he would be out, and Cedric wanted him to stay, and
Cedric wanted him to stay in.
Oh, that's interesting.
That actually changes things.
Yeah. Huh, maybe he actually does have food poisoning.
Yeah. That's just ate a bad steak.
Damn. Alright. Fucking dumbass.
Dude.
An idiot.
Wait, how could you? He wasn't even the one who cooked it. How could he be the dumbass?
I don't know, just
Dude,
fucking
sneaking out
Dude
for a
decided to
steak.
sneak out after we were threatened by Cedric, and then continued to go all the way
Yeah.
across town, eat
Listen.
just eat steak, and then
He's still
like,
a dumbass. He just
didn't mention
He went to
anything,
some
like-
great lengths
he just
for
found
not even a
another
good
dumbass in the
steak.
kitchen to make a bad steak.
Yeah, and he said it was mid too.
He went out for some mids, bro.
Well, that's probably why it was mid. It had crap in
Food
it.
poisoning.
Damn true. In fact, the fact that he got poisoned like that from it, raw ass steak after like 3 hours, and he said, "Man, that's feeling mid." I mean, he must be like a fucking not to be racist, but kind of like a pig, bro.
Oh my God.
I'm sorry, man. That you took it too far. That was hella racist.
I was gonna say dog, but then I thought maybe I'll be racist, but I'll say not to be racist instead.
I'm glad you said that right before.
I know.
Just to
So
neutralize.
I
it.
take it
Wrongdoing.
back. You're good. You're good.
Anyway, she's telling the truth, right?
Oh, I guess we probably insight checker, but I believe her.
I believe her too.
I believe her as much as that.
She's
steak.
either a great actress, which is possible, or just lost.
Well, I mean, by her story, she's not.
Yeah, a good actress would probably say that.
That's fair.
So we're not inciting.
Yeah, do we know?
It would
she's
say your
telling
I
the
mean,
truth?
it's best practice too. We should definitely.
I guess it is best practice to have some level of skepticism for anything the person in the dungeon is saying.
Mm-hmm.
But what could we insight her about what she said?
I'm fixating on the igneous thing, so that part.
That she wasn't supposed to let him out?
That Cedric wanted him to stay.
Oh, okay. Hmm.
I think we should insight. Well, I think we should see if she's actually like confused about.
Yeah, that's what
Cedric's
I'm more
plan.
interested in. Whether or not she knew the extent of his plan. It might be too late to insight that.
I mean, she has not stopped exhibiting the signs of like confusion, so it's not like it's.
I mean,
Just a
I'll ask
woman
if that's
that-
real confusion. I can not ask, but I can check. If I
Yeah.
think that's real confusion.
Yeah.
No, but
I
if you'd like
definitely
to make,
believe her.
yeah, if you need to make an insight check for something, just specify what you're making it for, and then I'm good
Yeah,
with it.
I'm
Okay,
doing
okay.
it for the Cedric wants Igneous to wanted Igneous to stay that night part.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll do that too.
Can
That's
I
really the
make
reason.
one about the guard? Oh no, she's telling
thought
the
you
truth
left.
about the guard.
Oh.
I thought you left. Yeah.
Well, I didn't leave. I had asked that question and I was going to leave, but then you guys
Yeah, things got
kept
interesting.
talking, so I was just like, "Well, hold on a second."
Mm-hmm,
Okay.
mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Are you rolling it then?
Oh, am I? I don't know.
I don't know. You said you wanted to, and you said you're still there. So,
So can I just roll it if I want to? Like, is that how that
Sure.
works?
I mean,
Okay.
as long as you're specifying what I
Listen,
can,
let's
what
see.
information I can give you. If you can't get any information, you can't get any information, but you might as well try.
I don't
you
get
don't know
any
fucking
information.
So, Hunwut, remind me what you wanted to know.
I was trying to see if her repeatedly exhibited confusion and sort of terror is genuine.
It seems very much so. It is, yeah, it is not falsified as far as you can tell. It's pretty aggressively worrisome to her.
hmm
She kind of has had her world rocked a little bit.
I'm starting to think that
in a good way.
nobody is on Cedric's side. Like Cedric's doing this all on his own.
Well, I think like the thing possessing Amherst is on his
Well,
side.
okay, my bad. I meant from Oakar.
Yeah, that might be true. I think he has the other ones wrapped in unknowing.
That makes sense. Because yeah, who's going with this plan?
Actually,
You live in the city that you're trying to destroy. Like, come
I
on.
mean, we might not even know exactly what Cedric's plan is, but
We probably don't.
we might be lying to her about what he's trying to do. But that's about as far as we're aware.
hmm
But yeah, and then Deo, what did you want to know?
If Cedric actually wanted Igneous to stay or leave.
Yeah, similarly to the vibe that you're getting from her other, her confusion, her panic. Yeah, she seems to be telling the truth about this as well.
That was the plan, whether or not Cedric.
Yes, it seems the plan was to replace Adarl, not hurt her, and also to keep Igneous and or at least have the rest of you guys all in the same place.
All right. So
Well, I
he's
guess
kind of
this-
like, we're stuck.
Yeah. Well, I guess this kind of raises even more questions because, like, besides you, we didn't have anything to deal with last night. It was chill. It was nice,
Wait, what?
right?
Yeah, nothing else happened. So what was
A lot
What
of
was
stuff
the goal
happened
of you-
last night.
besides her and
Besides her?
Well,
Igneous being an idiot?
I mean, Abbott was attacked.
Yeah, but I'm
We
saying like
ran
post
into-
all that.
Oh.
If
okay.
if the plan was just for her to pretend to be a Darl and do what? Nothing else happened. It's not like there was enemy agents at the gates she could have let in. It was just like,
I think the bigger thing was probably Adarl was supposed to be taken care of, and she was just supposed to take her place,
Just
so that nobody
take her place
noticed.
indefinitely.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. So how long were you supposed to be a Darl? Just indefinitely?
Until the masquerade dance on Tuesday.
Do you know anything about the masquerade dance?
I'm not allowed to go.
Is
But
it
you
Even as a
were gonna
Darl,
go?
you weren't allowed to. Or...
Oh,
That's kind of weird because,
no.
like, everybody and their
Just-
dog is invited.
Yeah.
She winces at the word dog.
Is that
Sorry.
offensive?
Whoa.
Do you ask her that?
Yeah. Is
Um,
saying dog offensive to you?
She says, no, not typically. It's, forget it.
What?
She,
well,
Shakes her head and-
No,
Don't
I'm
use
not
it.
gonna forget it now. Can we say dog
I
or
will.
not?
I would prefer if you didn't. Not to me, at least. Like,
okay.
Okay.
I mean, I wasn't really planning on calling you a dog anyway. That's kind of
Yeah.
regardless. But
Nah,
if you
nah,
weren't a
dogs-
werewolf, actually.
To be fair though, from where I come from, dog is homie. You know, like what's up, dog?
Yeah, were you chill with that or whatever?
yeah, I told you, it's nothing. Don't worry about it.
I mean, it seems like something.
Yeah, it's clearly
Like
something.
actively something. So I think maybe we'll just like worry about it or whatever. But
She narrows her eyes and doesn't really engage with that portion, but she goes back
And-
to
like she doesn't want us to not call her dog.
I hate when people do that.
Dude, I'm mad at
Like,
you
it
as hell. You're trying to figure out what I don't want to be called.
fucking, yeah, like it clearly bothers her. We're trying to figure out. Okay, we're not gonna call you it.
Communication is key, and you're not giving us the lock.
She hates communication.
I feel like she
Yeah,
literally
she
just
did.
told us not to use it.
Don't worry about
I
it.
don't know.
Pushing her for an answer
So,
we
we're not
already
supposed
got.
to be here.
now I've forgotten the question that you asked her in the first place again.
Asked if she knew anything about the
The
banquet
ball?
or the masquerade.
Yeah,
Oh, and then she had mentioned that she was not invited.
Yeah.
Mhm.
right. And everyone and their dog was.
I mean, she didn't even get called dog.
Yeah.
No.
She just said
She
dog.
never accused anyone of calling her dog.
But she
What's
winced
the
at it.
problem?
She
Referenced
just
the animal and
winced.
said,
She
"Wow."
just.
I know, but if she
It
doesn't
was
like
a
the word,
physical
then I guess we
reaction.
won't use the word. Like,
That's
It
fair.
wasn't anything that you specifically did. It
but
gave
she
her a little
winced.
shiver.
Everyone in their domesticated
Animals.
Canine.
Canine, yeah.
Canine,
That's
okay.
even better.
Everything from the genus Canidae has been invited.
Everyone and their chihuahuas.
But she says I just know that I'm not invited and that there'll be food and dancing probably.
You aren't invited,
Oh.
or Darl isn't invited?
So then, was Adara supposed to
No,
come
You
back
guys
by
said
then?
Darl aren't invited.
Was the Daro gonna come back from the
I-
dead like Jesus?
I as myself am not
Who's
invited. but-
Jesus?
Made his ass up. Straight up.
Oh, okay.
Just working on a book. Doing a
Any
little,
good songs?
little on the street
Any
PR
good songs
right
about
now.
him?
Any good songs about him? Not yet. I'm not really a writer like that.
Oh, let me know if you need some help.
I would love that.
Oh my god.
Yeah, honestly, just start talking about it. Just say anything. Really.
I'll listen.
So I have one more question. What did Cedric
Yeah.
do after we left?
It
True.
kind of wry smile
Did he throw a
darts
tantrum?
across your
Please.
mouth for a second.
Why is she smiling?
He wasn't particularly happy.
He threw a fucking tantrum.
I like how she's
Started
happy
crying.
about that. She's happy about that too.
Was he
God,
crying?
I love getting under his skin. He's such
I
a baby.
know.
Isn't shit and puking? Come on, tell me.
He didn't cry.
Aw.
He did
Sounds like he was close.
break all the water glasses that you used and forced me to clean them up. But
Oh, I'm
Aw.
sorry.
What
I
a dick.
won
What a fuck.
5 gold from
Not-
my bartender for that one. So
Nice.
that's worthy.
A 5. What? Oh, what is going on? Where in the vicinity of Cedric's house, from under the ground comes like a big ass rumble.
She kind of looks quizzically at you and she says, "Well, the vision, of course."
The vision.
I thought you
What?
had it. I thought you had.
No, we know about all this evil doing. I actually don't know what little machines he built.
Yeah, we asked you about his vision earlier, but all you said is technology, and now it's
You were busy spazzing and shit. So.
yeah.
She visibly like deflates a little bit. You guys are just bullying the shit out of her.
Oh, we're talking
What
friendly.
we're best
Like,
at.
They're friendly, like, huh?
I will say, from my end, it isn't supposed to be malicious. I actually, it is lighthearted.
The problem is, this is us being nice.
It's just people don't know how to take it. I'm being
Um,
perfectly affable.
You're being perfectly
This
palpable.
makes me friends out in the fucking country by my alley. What are we saying? It's lovable boyish charm.
Boyish charm.
Where's Charm?
And he does look like a child.
Yeah, he does.
She sort of just shakes her head and. Oh my god, I keep fucking getting sidetracked. I can't remember what you guys say to her. Fuck me, I gotta take notes every 2 seconds.
We
You
asked
don't-
about the,
you ask?
We asked about the
rumbles.
vision.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah,
and
That's the vision, and then we said, "Man, you didn't tell us what the damn vision was."
Um,
Busy spazzing.
she shakes her head and nods again after clearing the head of the confusion. It's just these machines can take you extremely far, just farther than any horse could go. Sometimes they can go over the mountains. Sometimes they can.
Is that how he connected the spore warehouse to the train?
Probably.
I don't know about that, but I just know that they're these large machines and they're constantly being tested and they shake the ground a little bit, so that might be what you're.
Is it like instantaneous travel?
No, I know that they have some kind of teleportation.
Oh yeah, that's
or
magic. Don't worry about all that.
magic.
So do they
Well,
only
yeah.
Do you
shake
do
the
magic?
ground?
Did you think Cedric didn't do magic?
I guess I.
Going after us, who like clearly used magic to stop you?
Also, if you thought he didn't use magic, how did you look like a Darl?
That damn.
Oh yeah, yeah. That.
She kind of picks up the little empty bottle on her her kind of tattered belt. And she
Gave her ass a fucking potion.
I feel so I
Don't
feel
worry about it.
so
Just like old
stupid.
Barty.
Don't worry about it. He makes lots of people feel stupid. He kind of like tricks like the whole city like all the time.
Not us though.
Not us, so we're built a little different.
We're
Yeah.
smart.
I don't know if you could tell, but we're actually the streets are saying we're genius.
Ask anybody.
Ask anybody as long as I vet them first and tell them.
And it's
that,
not
yeah.
Cedric.
Right. Yeah.
She shakes her head and lets it kind of loosely hang again, just and resting. But you can see kind of the embarrassed tears.
But no, I mean
collecting on
seriously,
her chin.
it seems crazy now that you're looking at it. But he in his own weird ways, an extremely intelligent and charismatic guy. I think people fall for his thing like all the time. It's not really.
He's literally in government.
He's on the Council for Technology in a city that hates magic. Clearly hiding it well.
He kind of smiles sadly, but just lets her head fall back into the bars.
It's like the old Bart used to say, any technology new enough is functionally indistinguishable from magic.
Mm-hmm.
Because it is.
She kind of chuckles
Pretty
and
much.
nods.
Don't worry about all that. So how did you turn into a darling? That potion? He just drank it and did it?
Yeah, he told me it was a collection of ancient herbs from the temple that I worship, so.
Oh, what would you worship? What are we cooking up?
She kind of glances down and, well, nobody here really likes him.
Well, who though? I'm like a curious guy or whatever.
She touches the necklace on her, kind of tucked into the pocket of the belt that she's got going on, the little utility belt. It just peeked out slightly. And you see, actually, Jens, you recognize the symbol of Hephaestus.
Oh.
He's
All right.
just-
Got nothing to say about it too.
Oh yeah.
But
Actually,
she
there's nothing to
nods
say
and-
though.
Haven't heard him in a while.
I know. Vartan, you doing okay?
Vartan passed out.
He
Big
might.
brother fell asleep on the sticks.
Hello?
There you
Hello.
Be
go.
there.
Oh, my bad. I was muted. I was gonna
Oh,
say
no.
I'm not there. I'm still at the medical ward, aren't I?
Oh,
Oh.
true.
Oh, that's a
You
good
know what?
point. Good point.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Oh, right, 'cause you're
I
getting treated.
forgot.
Darn.
Darn.
So no one else recognizes it then?
I mean, you can make a religion check to see if you can kind of match up the symbols that you've seen on Jens and the symbols that you see now.
I would
Done.
love to.
Am I at least
Well-
observant
20?
enough to recognize that Jens has the same symbol?
Are you what?
Am I at least observant enough to recognize Jens has the same symbol?
Yeah, I mean, you can make a perception check.
Wait, he's
I
rocking
think
the
we
exact
know.
same symbol, and we're like, damn, I've never seen that shit before in my life.
Yeah, just, I mean, like, if you connect that it's a religious symbol and not just, like, a cool hammer.
I mean, I think Hunwut can definitely put that together.
Sure.
Yeah.
No, he does. Absolutely. And so does Sanbrynn. And so does
Yeah.
Ookiyo.
We're actually
Pretty-
the smartest
I mean,
ever to
hey-
do it.
It's
It
pretty
makes
on the
sense.
nose.
It pretty makes sense. Yeah, you recognize it as being the same as what Jens wears.
Why does this veteran owl bum have a +5 in religion?
No, I
More
rolled
than the
perception.
river.
I was just seeing if I
Oh.
recognized it as the same one Jens wore.
Oh, okay.
And we recognized it as like the symbol of Hephaestus.
Hephaestus, yeah.
I don't care what
Hephaestus.
Hephaestus is.
What do we know about the Hephaestus guy?
You know that he's the god of the forge and the god of tool making and
Bored.
just
Okay.
yeah, he's kind
So
of
he's
like
Hephaestus. Cool.
yeah, it's the same as in fucking Hephaestus.
Oh, kind of fired.
Same
you
as
up,
last.
so.
Yep.
Yeah, he's just a god of artisans. You also saw his symbols in the blacksmiths when you went to
That makes sense.
Right.
Ofgar's blacksmith.
Makes sense.
They're rocking Hephaestus, huh? Kind of handy with it, or
She says, I used to be. Not so much anymore. I don't have a whole lot of time.
Oh, you have tons.
Seems like a good time to pick it back up.
She grimaces and nods. Says, I would like to.
What
Okay.
is the deal with? You're gonna leave? You want me to stop for a second?
Yeah, I would like to. Well, actually, I have one more quick question. Is there any way to keep someone from turning into a werewolf that you bit?
That's a good question.
Yeah, like the pig guy that you bit. What's the lowdown on that?
She again looks frankly embarrassed and a little nervous, and she says, I don't know of a lot of things that can get rid of it. I know that if I think it's considered a curse. So if you can get rid of a curse, you can get rid of it.
Huh.
Okay.
Yeah. Good to know.
Okay, and
Thank
with
you.
that, I'll go look for the guard and look for Jens, I guess.
Okay. You head out into the courtyard area.
Are we going to him or staying with us?
No, you can stick with me.
I want to ask, what's the deal with Macy? Baker, lived under Igneous, werewolf. You know the vibe.
Yeah.
She again kind of sinks into the ground, just absolutely wanting to disappear.
So you
Is
definitely
this also
did,
part
like,
of
you definitely
Cedric's
turned her,
vision?
right, though?
She nods.
You're...
Also part of Cedric's vision?
Yeah, why did you have you do that?
I don't know why he had me turn her. I know that he was upset that she was in the neighborhood and she had stumbled across one of the entrances to the workshop.
Huh?
It was that, if you care to tell.
She kind of nervously glances around and she says, "It's under the road. It's off to the left, right in front of the other. I can't remember his name. He's a Tabaxi council member.
Yeah.
His
Yes.
home. There's a row of bushes, and there's a tunnel. It kind of looks like a gravestone, but
Okay.
wider and flatter.
By 9 Lives' house, then.
9 Lives' house? Is that their name?
Yeah, that name is on the nose, bro.
She says, yeah, that one.
All right, cool. Good to know.
On
Good
the
to know.
left side, you
So
said.
if you didn't like her finding that, why not have you just kill her?
Because he thought he could use Macy to get closer to Igneous.
Guess that makes
Why
sense.
would turning her into a werewolf make all of a sudden her his
Because she
bond?
would have an incentive to work for him.
And the incentive would be...
He promised that she could undo the curse.
Did she agreed? Well, I guess she didn't agree to that then. Or did she?
Or did she?
Guess not.
Hang on just a second, guys.
Okay.
Sorry.
That explains that. I was thinking, really?
I hear her yapping in the other room.
Oh, I thought it might involve
Curtis
you.
might
It's
have
not like
walked
a
in.
house emergency. It's Curtis
Just
coming in and
Curtis.
talking.
I guess, yeah.
But it sounded loud in there when she came back on the mic.
Yeah.
I don't know what he was talking about. He won't talk to me now.
What?
He was asking me something and then I couldn't listen to both, so I was trying to listen to him and then I turned up anyways. Sorry.
Okay.
I can't
What?
multitask. What did you ask?
What did I ask?
But she didn't agree to whatever Cedric was trying to
Oh,
offer
right.
her.
Did Macy agree? Right.
She wanted to be free of it, but she didn't seem Cedric was convinced that she would change her mind, but she told us no.
As
Gotcha.
far as we can tell from pressing her ourselves and also just being her friend, she didn't change her mind. Also, we temporarily helped her. The jury's still out.
Oh,
We changed her back from werewolf form back into person.
In the middle of the night, so
Probably. But we no idea if she'll change again. Like, whenever.
oh. Well. I
You're
don't,
back.
I don't know.
do you like being a werewolf?
Like I said, it's fairly
Would
neutral
you
to me.
would you rather be not one if this did work?
She kind of knits her brows and she says, I don't know how to answer that one now.
How
I'd
long
have
have you
to-
been a werewolf?
Oh, since I was small.
Oh, like all
Damn.
your identity. I understand that.
Yeah, it's a difficult part of my personality, but we all have those.
That's kind of crazy of him to do to a child.
Yeah, did he do that to you, or did he just find you?
Oh no, I was turned long before I moved to Oakar.
Oh, by someone else. Okay.
Where are the werewolves running rampant? Where you came from?
I was from the woods out by the temple. The
okay.
Temple of Miracle down slightly. It's a little southwest of here.
Right.
There's a small. It's not even really a village, to be honest. It's more of a shabby town, but territory, and it's a fairly frequent occurrence that one of our community is turned, and it just so happened I was walking at the wrong time of night.
Fairly frequent, man. You got a real problem down there.
There's not many
Okay.
left that aren't at least partly lycanthrope.
I guess as long as you're not like, well, there's nothing wrong with being a werewolf. I don't necessarily condone the biting of children, but I guess you're not doing that then. So.
Yeah.
I guess you do be biting people, though. If Cedric tells you to.
Well, yes. Unfortunate, but it's something I'll have to live with.
Her too. Trying to think if there's anything else to ask her.
Yeah.
What's your plan? Like, you didn't know about Cedric's bad deeds. If you managed to, if for some, we don't know exactly what Cedric's capable of. If for some way, some reason, some way, you don't die, which I think has a chance. It's not like he's just killing us where we stand right now, and he would love to. So
True.
True.
he
He
can't just kill
definitely
you
would
where
if he
you
could.
stand.
She nods in agreement.
What are you trying to
She'll
do?
be fine as long as she's here.
We're not going to keep you in the dungeon for like ever, probably.
But for the time being, it seems like maybe the safest spot
Maybe
for
it might
you.
be kind of safe right now, unless Purple Skin Guard pulls on up.
True. Probably
Or
deal with
any
that.
other that he has in his pocket. Do you know any other agents of Cedric? What council members work with him closely? What people he talks to and come to the house?
There's, all I know is that 9 Lives lets us use his property to enter.
Okay, 9 lives
Cool. Well, that's
on the
good to
bad
know.
list. Any other
Damn it.
council members?
She kind of thinks
9
for a
lives.
moment and tries to remember. She says, I apologize. I'm terrible with names, but
I could name them for you if you wanted in their job.
do you know what they look like?
Nope. Well, some of them.
Some of them.
There's one other that I know of. She's tall and blonde and has kind of mean eyes.
All blonde and mean.
Does that line up with anyone we know? Like Tree Lady or something?
No,
No,
you
she's
haven't
a-
met anybody like that
Yeah,
yet.
Raccoon.
My guess is it would be head of currency or secretary of currency.
Yeah.
Do we know what Lotta looks like?
Irene? Lotta.
You do not know what Lada looks like.
Okay.
Yeah,
Well, watch out for
maybe.
tall, blonde, and Evil.
Mean.
Yeah.
She just has a sharp face.
That sounds like a secretary
Yeah.
based off your face. Stern, right? That's what I'm getting. Real like
Uh,
disciplinarian.
Stern.
You know what I mean?
but she's very pretty in a strange way. I don't know. She's hard to.
Same way that
She's also
justice is
pretty
kind.
quiet.
Oh, nah, secretary law.
Quiet.
Yapper.
Okay.
She doesn't talk much.
Anya Starfall. Secretary. No, we know Anya.
Anya sounds like a blonde person.
Yeah, she kind of does.
Mods, tell me what Anya looks like.
Anya's a raccoon lady.
Well, that's tree lady. I'm doing my best. That Hildegard sounds like a bomb bitch.
A bum bitch.
No, blonde.
Oh,
Real like Central European ass name. You know they make a blonde down there.
Yeah, it's really like Swedish or something.
Hildegard von Bingen.
So true.
Van Bingen.
And her name is Steelmaker. That is a stern name.
Yeah.
She has just sharp features. I can see it already. Environmental affairs doesn't even yap like that because she's trying to kill the environment with bees. I think we've got
yeah.
fucking pegged.
What?
Oh jeez.
Okay.
She kind of looks up and she says, they talk frequently about finances, although it's mostly Cedric.
Oh,
And we're back to Irene.
great.
currency. She wouldn't let Cedric take the lead in a finance conversation. If it was the Secretary of Currency.
She doesn't always speak in favor of him or his ideas, but she speaks
But she
up
does
when
keep coming back.
She
Damn
does.
true.
She's there fairly often.
Mm-hmm.
I think Irene and Hildegard talks. Must avoid one of the two.
She kind of nods, but we can jump over to Ookiyo
Yeah, go
and
look for Purple
Jens.
Boy.
Ookiyo, where are you looking for?
Well, I assume I passed by Jack again on the way out.
Yeah, you do.
Okay.
He's kind of still trained on the ground.
You good?
Arms crossed. He kind of is startled by your presence and nods and yes, just trying to think things through. Nothing terrible, just trying to piece together how this happened.
Okay. Do you know of any like purple tinted skin guards? Maybe on duty last night around the time?
Duty.
Duty.
I do have a few. I have a couple of drow boys who are night watch.
Okay. Because Sandra said that she was let in by one with a helmet, so she didn't see much, but that's the description we got.
Night watch do not typically wear helmet.
That's interesting.
They can if it is necessary for them. I don't know of many that have the choice to wear helmet.
Could they change
he
that?
kind of-
Could they just decide to wear a helmet?
They
last
could,
night?
but they would have to get a helmet made for them, which would take time. I don't know of the last helmet to be made.
But like, do any of them like can they share or borrow? Like, presumably
They could.
someone might have a similar size head and can.
Yeah,
Borrow
yes,
it.
they could potentially borrow from other men.
Okay. Okay, so if if we're still just chatting here, what have you been thinking about? Because I was hoping to give you this information and you take it away to finish your investigation, but we're still just chatting about helmets. So
He kind of furrows his brow and he says, "Let me think a moment. I was not in charge of monitoring last night's watch, but if
are you
that is the
usually?
case, most nights, yes, but I have a few nights off a week, and I took this one to watch the door to the castle and make sure we were all right in the main area of the keep. But and suddenly, like, as he's kind of,
Wait.
you can see the wheels turning in his head, and he is kind of finger to mouth, just in deep thought, and he says, "I should have only had 3 men on patrol, but I did have..." And he goes, he kind of starts walking briskly towards the barracks, the little headquarters sort of area that he trains outside of. It looks like kind of a fairly normal office-y kind of space. There's like a large oak desk and several maps and a few lists of watches, and you even see like a handwritten birthday list tacked onto the front of this portfolio on the desk. And Jack kind of flips it open.
Wait, I'm
and,
confused. If he was guarding the front door to the castle, then how did she get in?
Doesn't seem to have come through the front door of the castle, but the gate is... She did mention the gate was opened by the guard.
Right, but that's the gate to the keep, right? Not the...
Yeah.
Okay, so I guess a different entrance to the castle. Okay.
But yeah, so Jack flips through and looks at the most recent sheet and finds 3 names, but a 4th name is crossed out in kind of shiny graphite. And he taps and he says, "I cannot see what was written underneath this, but if I had to guess, it was the 4th guard that was replaced by our imposter."
By our imposter, so you trust the person that was actually supposed to be there?
I trust that they could have been... Well, I guess they could have given up their... But I trust my men. I think that the only way they would give up their duty is if it was not voluntary.
Okay. Well, should we ask the other guards who was with them, or...
Yeah, he kind of motions, and you see now in the shadows a large half-orc man, maybe late 50s, fairly creased and wizened in the face, kind of marches over and gives a quick nod before asking Jack what he needs, and Jack kind of says, "Can you gather up today's crew, minus the current guardsmen, send Catherine up to check on the current guardsmen, and I'd like to see our trainees." And the half-orc looks kind of confused, but nods and sends for the group of soldiers. He kind of disappears off into the, looks like maybe living quarters or resting area in the side hallway. And after a moment, you see a woman in full armor streak out towards the wall where the other 2 day guards are on duty. And Jack says, "I think it's probably better if I don't let them know we're a murderer or potentially a murdered soldier."
Oh, yeah. I didn't think about that. Wait, can I try to make out the name that was crossed out?
Yeah, you can. Go ahead and make an intelligence check for me.
Intelligence. I am decently smart.
That's good.
Not that smart though.
Uh-oh. It is
Oh.
so pressed into the paper that it's kind of any indication of the name, like you first think to look through the bottom of the page to see if maybe the initial name sticks out slightly further or was like embossed further than the rest of it, but they've done a very thorough job of scratching out the name that was written there.
Wait, so who and why would someone have scratched out the name?
Jack says, well, this is the check back in sheet. If a name is missing from this,
All right, I'm back.
we
Hey.
What?
He's back.
Feedback.
Sorry, I had to help my father with something.
You're right. He
Pata.
says this is just a ledger of sign in and sign out. So if somebody were to scratch out the name, we wouldn't know had taken that shift for the evening.
So he signed in, but scratched out his name, so nobody knew.
So nobody knew who took the shift.
And
just that-
you
a
still
fourth.
believe that this guy is trustworthy? Because if he was killed, then why would someone cross out his name?
Unless the person had signed in
As themselves?
prior. And then he says you're likely correct. In that case, I will examine my men. If there's no men missing, we know then that one of them is.
Do you guys have like a guard schedule? Do you know who was supposed to be on duty last night?
Well, on evenings it is a rotating schedule, so if there is somebody who needs to be replaced or if somebody becomes ill, there is a roster of substitutes as well.
Do you know if it was a substitute?
I don't if I don't know the name.
Well, first, do we just know who was supposed to be on schedule last night?
He flips to a different page, and he says, it looks as if, and he reads through several, it's like weeks worth of rotations and ledgers, and he's frantically searching for it. And he says, I think it was supposed to be Archibald.
Archibald. Okay.
He kind of drags his finger across the page to the other side, and he says, yes, was supposed to be on for tonight, tomorrow, and the next night, and then would not have to work for the next.
Cut out there.
Yeah.
He was supposed to work for the next 3 nights.
And then not work for them. How long?
4 days after that.
Okay. Can I compare the lengths of the names and like on the thing and like does it seem like it matches up or no?
You asked for the last name and it's just Archibald Rye, R-Y-E. And it seems, I mean, depending on how the handwriting could be, it could be the same length.
Okay. I feel like we should talk to dude. Even if he was subbed someone else.
You kind of finish up your conversation with Jack, and Jack kind of flips the pages shut, and he says, as the soldiers are starting to pull in, he exclaims for them to sit in the chairs that are scattered around the office. There's about 20 or so soldiers that enter the room.
He's soft on the soldiers. Sit.
It's just
He
extra room.
exclaimed though. Give me a yell.
It wasn't particularly friendly.
Maybe they have to sit on
No, but
broomsticks.
like, you don't have them line up, just stand there.
You're in a pretty cramped room. It's not like there's not room to create a formation or anything. It's not like it's a.
But there's room for them to sit down? Doesn't that take more space?
I mean, there's chairs scattered throughout the room. Yes, there's tables. They could stand, I guess, if you really want them to.
Oh no, I'm just
But
I'm just analyzing in my head.
you do notice that Jack is paying kind of uncomfortable attention to each of them as they enter the room. Eventually, you can make a perception check for me, actually.
Ooh. Do I perceive?
Do you perceive?
What do you see with your special eyes?
Your special eyes. Several of them look fairly young. A few
Ooh la
are
la.
in their 30s, and then a few more are in their mid to late 40s. And one of the last few to come in, you just notice that Jack's gaze lingers a little bit longer on the last man to come into the fairly middle-aged. He's probably around 42. Tall, humanoid with rosy pink skin and a few fine creases in his face from age, and bright orange-red hair, scooped back into a big, like, ponytail that has been looped through once.
Dude, I feel like that's
he's
a
carrying
reason to
his
wear a
helmet to the side.
helmet. If your hair stands out like that.
Yeah, he kind of comes into the room and places the helmet on the bench next to him and glances up at Jack and at his groupmates, but Jack just sort of waits for the clamoring to stop and gives a look to some of the younger recruits that are still talking, and they kind of wither under his gaze when they realize he's looking at them.
This is just like a classroom.
All right. I just wanted to check in and make sure you all are attending your watches correctly and on time. I noticed that we have some inconsistencies in the sign-in and sign-out sheets. It is just a reminder that those are not optional, and if your name does not appear, you do not get your pay. If you'd like to dispute your pay, you can always do so. But you must have some record of your service hours accrued, and that is the sign-in sheet. So, Archie, if you would, in the future, not scratch out your name, that would be
You're just calling
helpful.
out, okay.
And you see him look to Archibald for a reaction, and the red-haired man.
Can I keep an eye on everybody else too?
Sure. Yeah, go ahead and make a general insight check for me.
Insight.
As you're watching for everybody's kind of subconscious behavior. Jack keeps his eyes trained. You don't. There's so many people, and they're kind of like whispering and looking at each other and looking at Archibald. Archibald's face goes even pinker with the embarrassment of being called out, and he nods and says, "Won't happen again, Captain. Apologies." Jack says, "All right, the rest of the infantry can be dismissed." Archibald, I would like a word. And the kind of the younger soldiers shuffle sort of awkwardly back to their stations or their rooms, and you are just left with Archibald, who is kind of leaning a little bit too far in an attempt to look more casual in his chair. And Jack kind of knows. So, do you want to explain to me why you've crossed your name out of the ledger? Archibald kind of straightens and well, one of the younger guys said they'd take my watch for the evening. You can see him, like, slowly the gears are kind of clicking into place that the person who took his watch is not one of the group that he is supposed to pull from, not one of the substitutes. And he said, I told him I'd keep my name on the ledger if it meant that he'd... and you can see him kind of... He said... It was one of the twins that you normally have watching in the evening. The two purple boys.
Oh, man.
Purple boys.
Dude, everybody's just about the skin color today.
Are they or are they not purple? You know what I mean?
I mean, I guess.
I mean, there's some of the few individuals you guys have met with a skin tone other than either the regular kind of range of humanoid skin tones or
I know, but calling the
kinda
twins the
half-orc gray.
purple boys sounds
A
crazy.
purple boy.
I don't know. I think it's kind of cool. What's up, purple boys?
um
They better hope
And
there's not a
Jack kind
purple
of-
people eater around.
crosses his arms and a purple people eater. Leans back and is against the desk that he's got his legs kind of propped up against, and he says, "You are sure it was one of the two twins?" And you see kind of a bead of sweat form on the side of Archibald's face, and he says, "Well, I thought they were. Oh.
Is he telling the truth?
You can make an insight check.
Please don't roll another now one. Okay.
He seems to be telling the truth and is getting slowly nervous that he's realizing that he made an assumption based on a helmeted, armored version of what he thought was a substitute guard.
Wild.
He is realizing that he is fucked up incredibly largely. And in an instant, he is kind of knees on the ground at Jack's feet, groveling. I didn't know. I had no idea. I fucked up. I thought that it was. Is it not one of the twins? Did I just give my shift to somebody entirely different? I didn't even think to check under the helmet. I just. And Jack kind of. I think our friend might have some more questions for you, but you can hand me your helmet and your badge, and that will be all I need from you.
Got him.
And you see him look up with kind of a not shocked expression, but definitely a hurt look on his face, and he slowly unbuckles the cloak that is looped around his shoulders and draws his sword and lays it at Jack's feet.
Aww.
And sits.
Damn.
And Jack
It's
kind
tough,
of
but
motions with his
well-deserved.
hand.
No, honestly, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, like, come on.
Well,
Yeah,
he's letting Jack
he's
is
getting on
letting
it,
you.
easy.
He's motioning for you to take the floor if you have things to ask him. But it doesn't seem like Jack is necessarily done with this person.
So the person you thought was a twin. Nothing suspicious about him. Do the twins usually wear helmets?
Archibald kind of sighs and no. Not typically.
Archibald.
I don't even know what else to ask this guy. This guy doesn't know anything.
Oh, ask him about this guy's build.
Ask him where he was asked to take the shift.
Oh, that's true. Where were you stationed for last night?
Front door, just
That makes sense. That
essentially
lines up.
bouncer duty.
That one's gonna be a little difficult.
Yeah. Honestly,
Anyone
Jens,
could
where
walk
are
to
you
the
in all of
front
this?
door.
Sorry.
I don't
sorry,
know.
I was gonna go find Jens.
Yeah.
you
I guess
still
I'm
in
just
the-
wandering around.
Yeah, I would say that at some point you did see Ookiyo go into
He's not still in treatment.
And then
the barracks.
Uh,
Oh, yeah, true.
I
You
have
are
no
still in
idea.
treatment.
Oh,
I forgot about that part. Yeah, I thought you were. I forgot that you
Okay.
hadn't gone and walked around by yourself. But in that case, we'll finish this up with Ookiyo and then hop over to Jens.
I think I'm good on the questions. I don't know what else to ask you.
Oh. Yeah, I mean, if you think of it more, we can pick it up next time. But Jens, you are being treated by this kind of wide-eyed teenager as she kind of dabs at the wound. Your shirt has been removed up past your right half of your body where the bite is, and whatever she's rubbing on the wound stings like a bitch. But it does feel better after the fact. It does not feel like anything has changed as far as the weird kind of grating nausea in your stomach, but the actual pain of the wound itself has subsided almost completely. And she kind of wraps it very gingerly, almost scared to touch you with too much pressure. She tries to say something, but you don't recognize the language.
What?
She looks up at you, sort of. She has kind of strangely large, very green eyes. And you notice that at this distance, her eyelashes and her eyebrow hairs are all very, very like white blonde. She looks a little. Actually, just go ahead and make a nature check for me.
Nature. I'm so smart.
ASMR, maybe.
What's my nature? Fuck. I know. Is nature intelligence?
I think so.
Yes.
Okay. Then I don't think I have a bonus. 12.
She does not look fully human, even though she has. You kind of see the slightly pointed ears and the pale skin, the pale hair. It doesn't read as fully human, and it doesn't read as elven either. You just know that it's something you haven't seen before, and she's speaking a language you haven't heard before. So you kind of come to the conclusion that she's not of this area by any means. But she finishes up with you and pats the space where the wound was, says something else, and then kind of disappears back into the back part of the room.
Oh, excuse me. Before you go,
the girl?
Yeah.
Okay, she turns around.
Can you tell me where you're from? I've never seen anyone that looks like you.
She speaks in a very soft voice, but again, not one that you understand, and she kind of furrows her brow and goes and scrambles for a piece of paper and a quill in the corner of the little apothecary section. And she scribbles something down on a paper, and it's a drawing. It's a crude drawing. It's not particularly skillful or detailed, but you see these really large trees, and upon closer inspection, they appear to be almost like giant stalks of flowers with these massive iris-like petals and spiky leaves that hang over and make this kind of archway, as well as this big pool of, and she's drawn kind of stars inside the pool.
And do I have any idea what that is?
Make a history check for me.
Yeah.
You don't. It does not ring a bell. But she kind of sighs and smiles sadly and puts the paper away.
Thank you. Goodbye.
She nods. And she recedes back into this private chambers. The rest of you guys, what are you working on?
Oh, can I grab that paper?
Oh yeah, sure. She
we're all in the
kind of hands it to you.
We're just
we're all chilling in like this, like the soldiers area, right?
Oh, where was
in the prison, in the dungeon.
No, you guys were downstairs.
What's her name?
Sandra.
Sandra. I wanted to call her Sandy.
Sandy cheeks.
Could I check on the door?
Sure. After she finishes treating you, you're free to kind of stand up slowly, and you see that the nun has finished a portion of the bandages and the treatment and is eating a quick snack by Adaral's bedside. And the nun sees you and she says, she's sleeping now, but you're more than welcome to take a look.
Yes, she looks good.
She'll live.
You're doing a good job.
I don't. Oh, thank you. She'll live. She doesn't have any internal bleeding, which is sort of a miracle. A fall from that height would normally puncture.
Well,
The
she is a
lungs.
strong woman, isn't she?
Incredibly so. So I
I'm
just
good.
think stars that she survived and
Her years of fighting must have strengthened her bones or something.
she kind of laughs exhaustedly and yes, I imagine she is quite the tough cookie, but she'll need lots of bed rest and time to recover.
Of course.
The nun stands up and washes her hands at the sink, and she says, "Well, if you or your friends need anything, I'm afraid I can't do anything about the latent effects of a lichen bite,
Oh,
but
bad luck.
I can at least treat the pain."
Well, I appreciate what you've done.
The world's first wolf
Can you-
pig. That's just awesome.
Yeah, can you prescribe Yen's fentanyl for his pain?
She does kind of hand you a parcel wrapped up in what appears to be like kind of brown parchment or butcher paper, and hands you. It looks like an assortment of herbs and some dried tea leaves. She says this will help with the spread of the infection and the pain. If you just drink it with warm water in the evening, you should be feeling much better by the next morning.
Thank you.
You're welcome. It's the least I can do.
I'm gonna walk towards the dungeon.
Okay. You head back in through the open castle door and make your way into the area where the ground sinks into the cellar, and you come across the rest of the group interrogating Sandra.
What to do, big dog?
What'd
the doctor say?
they said
Sorry,
I'm
Sandra, I
gonna
didn't
die,
mean to say
but it's okay.
She,
Okay.
have
at
a
this
few-
point, has stopped
few
listening
years.
to you and is sort of rubbing
Perhaps.
at her shoulders.
So, they can't cure you then?
It doesn't seem like it.
That's
Are
tough.
you gonna turn into a werewolf or something?
I
Or was it a
don't
vampire?
think.
I can't remember.
I don't know. Hey, Sandra, how does that work? I don't know. What's your name again?
She nods. She says, "Sandra's fine.
uh,
If it's anything like when Macy was bitten, I think you'll experience your first transformation come the next full moon."
that sounds poggers.
Well, hold on. Do you have did they have control when they turned or no?
The first few times, it's less likely to be in control.
Oh,
Hell yeah.
that's not good. We have
I just need you all to support me in my time of need.
we have someone that's got that canine in him.
Raw dog.
No, don't say that.
What?
Apparently, it's offensive to
I think he's allowed to
Sandra.
say it. I think he can say it.
Wait, did he say ground hog?
Right,
Or-
yeah, I think that was it. I think that was it.
Okay.
Are you guys staying down in the dungeony celery area?
So you got anything else to tell us, big Sandra?
I feel I've told you all I can for now.
Like, what do you mean all you can? Like all you know, or like all you?
It's all I can think of at the moment.
Okay, all right.
There's no guarantees more won't.
Well, you,
as
hey, be safe. You know what I mean? Stay down here. Stay alive. Pretend it's not a prison.
She kind of scoffs, but nods.
Be well. You know what I mean? We'll come back. We'll talk to you. He's kind of chill or whatever.
She leans back up against the bars at the back of the cell.
Think about what you did.
Her eyes dart towards you, and you do see a sort of apologetic tone to her expression. She doesn't seem particularly pleased to have turned another person.
Good.
Good. That's the first step. Acknowledge what she's done. Now she's growing. You need to make amends what you've done, and then learn to forgive yourself. Sam.
The only way to experience
There
true
are-
growth.
I think several steps. 12 of you, maybe even.
Yeah. You gotta join a group.
She nods and she says, "Well, we're past
Hard to find in a
the
dungeon.
we're past the worst of the full moon, so."
What do you mean the
shouldn't turn
worst of
any
it?
time.
There's like an earthquake, aftershocks.
No, there's a
You're
full
not a
moon. No, there's a full moon and then there's a fuller moon.
Well,
Yeah.
it's much easier to turn in the days leading up to and the days.
Oh, it's not like
following.
just on the full moon. You just kind of
Oh,
loose
Well-
cannon it around the day.
It depends on the wolf,
fuck.
but I found that a day before and a day after is more volatile.
What
good to
triggers
know.
just
many
random shit
days
or
has
like
it been?
get grumpy?
It sort of feels like maybe a craving or an intense mood swing. It's sort of just
Whoa.
it guides your behavior. It doesn't necessarily make you do anything. It just
I
kind of
see.
like if you're in a bad mood, you're more likely to yell at someone.
Oh, I'm just
Well,
built
it
differently,
depends.
so it won't affect me.
Well, if you're hungry, are you more likely to eat somebody?
Perhaps.
Yeah.
Well, don't get hungry then.
I'll just keep me well fed, guys. Bye.
She smiles and you can see her like pointy little canines. But so I don't think any of you would taste very good, anyways.
But you
That's
haven't
just-
tried me yet.
that's
It's
rude.
disrespectful. That is just plain fucking rude.
Yeah, you
That
haven't
would probably
tasted
taste
me.
amazing.
that's so
I'll have you
mean.
know I'm fucking yummy.
Yeah.
Ask your mother. You know what I mean? Up top.
Yeah.
You see this? You see
He
this
looks
chunk
at your
out of my
raised
arm?
hand through the bars.
Yeah.
We gotta reach down to give him an up top.
Yeah.
Or you can reach down to go for the reach around.
Let's go.
That's just
You know,
regular.
like between the legs, it's like down low, except you're doing a reach around while you do it.
What?
Let me demonstrate. I put my hand by my back
Give
in
me a
between my
live
legs,
action-
and a low hanging high five is right there between my legs, and I say, "Reach around low, boy."
Are you like high fiving or low fiving someone while playing with their? Or are you like speed bagging my nuts? Or like what are you?
No, I'm waiting for someone to
no
give me
idea
a
what's
low
going on.
five while my hand's between my legs around my back.
Oh, you're just reaching through and saying down. I see. Okay, man, you were saying that in all
Like grabbing
kind
your
of
own
ways.
nuts.
You were like, yeah, give me the low five with the reach around. What are you talking about, bro?
I
Oh
should
my
have started
God.
with the reach around low five.
That's-
As you guys
Still
are
doesn't
talking about
clarify.
different types of high fives, you notice that eyes are shut, and she does look like worse for wear. She's not at full
We
health
did
by
kind
any
of beat her
means.
ass.
But she kind of just grimaces and lets her head rest on the bars
Good night,
as you guys
Sandra.
are
You
arguing.
could heal her.
Oh, bro, Sandra, come up to the bars. Let me put my little hands on you. In not a weird way. Remember, I do magic.
She looks kind of warily at you, but then glances down at her tattered clothes and the multiple blooming bruises all over her legs.
Can't really do much for the clothes, but
Yeah.
And she decides to scooch close
I guess
enough to
I
where you
could
can
take
touch
him
her
up.
through the bars.
I'll be curing her wounds.
All right, roll for
That means I
her.
have
How
to
many
roll.
points?
Yeah. So 1d8. Let's see. It's not dice rolls. I almost rolled it in character chat.
Nice.
Thank you. Sandra, get health. Now it's not a
Nice.
lot because she had like a bordillion.
Yeah, but it's enough to you see some of the bruises
Brilliant
start
health.
to recede, and a few of the deeper cuts stitch themselves closer together to where it's a much shallower cut. And she visibly relaxes slightly, and goes back to kind of leaning on the cage, this time closer to you guys. But she kind of drifts, her eyelids drift shut, and she appears to be slightly more comfortable.
She's chill. I like her. I want to collect another NPC. She'll be in the whole campaign now.
Yeah.
Fuck! I gotta remember so many names. But I do think that's probably a good point to pick up at next week.
Yeah.
You guys are down
Okay.
with her in the dungeon.
Dude, that's
But
wild.
yeah,
We just
this-
turned another NPC to our side.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's so infuriating.
She talks
beating
bad
them
about
up.
how we talk to people, says you're bullying them, but then we're like apparently the most charismatic bunch to ever live.
Right? I know,
Well, when
right?
it counts, you roll pretty good. And then also, she was not the hard. She was.
She'll
she
say
had a
anything
lot
other
of
than say
preconceived
yeah, we're
notions.
charismatic.
I mean, you're not actively. Not with rolls. Let's be real.
And yet our track record's good.
I might have a bias to my friends.
That's
That might
crazy.
be
You
more
like
of a
us?
DM
That's
process.
weird.
problem. I do wish I made you guys shut. I wish I had made it a little harder for you guys to convince so many NPCs to join your side, because now I have to remember all their voices and personalities.
I mean, you're the one who made the character that didn't actually
I
know she was
know.
working for a bad guy. That's
I
like
know,
know.
inside
That
change.
was okay. Real talk. She was one of the ones you were supposed to interact with more, and the rest of them are kind of the ones that you've collected over time.
No.
So it's funny that you're actually now interacting with the one that I sort of wanted you to, or at least put
when
more
we were supposed to
information.
interact with her, didn't we only meet her for the first time at Cedric's? And she was
I
like,
thought
"I'll
you guys
kill
were gonna
you."
go a lot earlier. I thought you guys were gonna go to Cedric's a lot frequently,
Oh.
or at least earlier in the. So like I had planned a lot of Cedric's home and that
Interesting.
area.
Cool, and we
That's-
just made
that's a
him
lot
rage in
more
his
fleshed
house
out.
and left.
Yeah, honestly, we pulled up.
Bro,
crazy.
I was so fucking pissed. I made a whole map with the fucking interior of it, and I was like, oh, they might try to fight him.
Haley, you threw his tantrum. You kicked us out.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you guys were so fucking infuriating.
That's fun.
With
To be
Cedric
clear,
specifically.
to be clear,
He's
it's like
such
90%
a
jail.
crybaby. You're blaming me for playing the damn character. He's a fucking piss baby.
That's true.
That's
Wow.
You
right.
made him
You're
a
like-
piss baby.
I
Like,
know.
I'm so mad they didn't work in the map I made. I'm like, what?
Well, I thought you were gonna get. I thought he was gonna make you upset enough to where you were like, actually, let's fucking kill this guy.
Let's fucking go.
Oh, if it's a make each other upset off, he's losing it every time. He's
Yeah.
I know.
Yeah.
It's me versus fucking 6. Jesus.
really only took like one. Sergio was torching him.
Yeah. We didn't
That's
say
true.
much.
Cedric is easily angered by Deo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But anyways, recap time. Just
Recap time.
fucking
Yes, let's do that.
To resume for
You guys
discussion.
got Adarl back to the healers. Were able to kind of cure wounds her, get her a little bit stabilized. That way, the physical healing process could take a little bit less time. You dropped Jens off to get some treatment for his werewolf bite. The rest of you guys went down, minus Ookiyo. Well, Ookiyo went down initially to talk to Sandra, the werewolf woman who had attacked you in the room, but truly was working for Cedric under the guise of a futuristic vision for Ofkar. She let you know that she was not working necessarily because she liked him, just because she believed in the vision that he had, the technology of Ofkar, and was pretty much in the dark about everything else. She was willing to do some pretty not so great things for that vision, but ultimately got scared by Adarl being in her room when she wasn't supposed to be and pushed her out before she could alert the rest of the guards that she was there. She also panicked and had to deal with Igneous, which is not something she was ready for at the time, and thus made a error in letting him exit the castle area and go get a late night steak, which he appears to be suffering from. And after that, she was able to meet up with you guys, kind of attempted to regain some of the realism of her Adarl act, but was found out by Deo, obviously. So she recognizes that Cedric had kind of sent her in to a mission that she wasn't fully equipped to carry out successfully. Ookiyo went off to talk to Jack, the lead captain of Night Watch, or Watches of Keep, and discovered that Archibald Rye, one of the longtime guardsmen who made a mistake in hiring one of the substitutes to take his place on the front door watch the evening before, had messed up and not done his fact checking and had let a fully armored and helmeted what you assume to be Amorous or some other purple-skinned individual let him take his shift for him, and then ended up allowing Sandra in through the gate. Jens, you got wrapped up by the small kind of strange looking in the healer's apprenticeship. She seems to be a student of the healer's, and she tended your wounds and attempted to speak to you, but doesn't seem to have a language in common with you, and thus you weren't able to communicate. But you were able to get a small drawing of where she's from, and it doesn't look like anything you've seen before. But
He's from like the Garden of Eden, bro. What the fuck would she describe it?
I have
I
no
thought it was
idea.
a flower bed.
Like an oasis or something.
Like
Jens
stars
keeps
in the
drawing.
water and crazy trees and like.
With stars in the water.
And didn't they say that?
She drew little stars in the water, but it's a fairly crude drawing. It could be just sparkles on the
Girls
water
were scared her from
surface.
heaven. Like, what do we?
Yeah, but why would you draw stars?
Yeah, no. It
Compared to
definitely,
read.
you just weren't able to suss out in that moment what it was
Okay.
about. Obviously you can take back, now that you have the drawing, to the rest of your party, who finished up their conversation with Sandra, and you guys are now meeting up all together in the cellar. And that's where we'll
Alright.
pick up next week.
Nice.
All right.
Very nice.
Good stuff.
Cool.
session.
Sorry it
Oh,
wasn't
yeah.
super long.
That was a great
No,
session,
we needed a short one.
As
Yeah.
chill.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was cool.
No, all good. Alright, I'll talk to you guys later this week.
All right.
All right.
Alright, have a good
Good
night, y'all.
night.
Take it easy.